ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളത് ഷാർജ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് സ്റ്റേഡിയത്തിലാണ്. ICC വിമൻസ് T20 വേൾഡ് കപ്പാണ് ഇവിടെ നടക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് ഈ ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ. അപ്പോൾ UAE ഒരുപാട് മാച്ചസ് നടക്കുകയാണ്. വിമൻസ് വേൾഡ് കപ്പാണ് ഈ ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ, ഷാർജ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് സ്റ്റേഡിയത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ, ഈ പിച്ചിൽ നമ്മൾ നല്ല കുറേ ഗെയിമുകൾ കാണാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. അപ്പം വളരെ സന്തോഷമാണ്. വിമൻസ് വേൾഡ് കപ്പ് UAE വരുന്നു. നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ഇവിടെ ഈ സ്റ്റേഡിയങ്ങളിൽ വന്ന് ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളി കാണാം. ഷാർജ എല്ലാവരെയും ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാണ് വിമൻസ് വേൾഡ് കപ്പ് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി. മനോഹരമായ ഫെസിലിറ്റിയാണ്, അടിപൊളിയായിട്ടുള്ള നമുക്ക് ക്രിക്കറ്റ് ആസ്വദിക്കാം. ഇന്ത്യ, പാകിസ്ഥാൻ, ബംഗ്ലാദേശ് അങ്ങനെ തുടങ്ങുന്ന എല്ലാ രാജ്യങ്ങളും ഈ മത്സരത്തിലെത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ മറക്കരുത്, ഷാർജ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് സ്റ്റേഡിയം.
I'm going to be your host for the evening. But before we start, this trophy is not just a beautifully carved piece of metal. It's a home of millions. The strength itself will be joined by His Excellency Isa Hilal Al-Hazmi, the Chairman of the Sharjah Sports Council. Welcome, sir. Also joining us today is Snehal Pradhan, the ICC Women's Cricket Manager. Snehal, fantastic to see you again. Also joining us today is Mr. Waleed Fakhader, the Vice Chairman of Sharjah Cricket and a member of Emirates Cricket Board. Waleed, always a pleasure. Also joining us is Khalid Bukhater, the Chief
Executive Council of Sharjah and the Chairman of the Tourism Department. Your Excellency Isa Hilal Al-Hazmi, Chairman of the Sports Council in Sharjah. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nasser Akram. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good evening. Mr. Khalid Bukhater, the CEO of the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It is definitely, first of all, I would like to thank you all for your presence in this special occasion of Sharjah yet again being one of the venues to host the ICC Women's International Cricket Council 2024 World Cup. It is yet another feather on the cap of the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, which all of you know has hosted so many events, international events that have great memories. I would like to thank...
Yes, it's indeed an honor for us tonight to host the ICC Women's World Cup Trophy Tour. As all of us, Need has already thanked the members who are here today. I won't go into it, but today we are humbled and delighted that the ICC Women's World Cup will be held here in Sharjah. The event starts on the 3rd of October, and I'm sure there will be very exciting matches which will go a long way for the women to do well in the World Cup. Father picked up, he knew that there is a lot of excitement. There were about 3,000-4,000 people watching that game, and then the rest is history. Mr. Bukhater's sheer far-sightedness, his vision has proved the world wrong that even cricket can be played in this part of the world. We are proudly holding the Guinness Book of World Record for the past so many years, and as Neil has already said, that we recently celebrated the 250th ODI, and we are anxiously holding back to host one more ODI, which will take us to the 300 mark. On behalf of Sharjah Cricket and Mr. Walid Bukhater and Mr. Khalid Bukhater, I would like to thank His Excellency, both Mr. Jasim, Mr. Khalid Jasim Al-Midfar and Mr. Isa Hilal Al-Azami and the
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, friends within the cricket family, Sharjah Cricket, Emirates Cricket Board, Sharjah Commerce and Tourism Development Authority, and everyone here who is really here as a fan of the game and because we love this game. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. On behalf of the ICC, it's really an honor to say how privileged we are to have partners like the Emirates Cricket Board who have stepped in for so many tournaments in the past, whether it's men's IPLs, men's T20 World Cups, and here we have an opportunity for the Emirates Cricket Board to host the Women's T20 World Cup, and sincere gratitude on behalf of the ICC, especially to everyone involved in the Sharjah Cricket family, that we will be starting off the tournament here. Neil started off with a bit of history. We got a small history lesson on this ground as well. I might take us back a little further. Neil talked about how a woman was the first to score a double century. Going back quite a long way in the history books, not a lot of people know that a woman was the first to also invent overarm bowling, which we see in cricket so common today. As the story goes, women were playing cricket in skirts and they used to bowl underarm back then and couldn't bowl underarm because of the skirts, the big skirts. So therefore they started bowling overarm, and since then cricket has been bowled overarm. T20 cricket as well, the first T20 international was played by women before men. And another part of history will be made on this ground when we start the first ever Women's T20 World Cup with equal prize money at this stadium. So Sharjah Cricket Stadium continues to be a part of history. It's a very exciting moment for everyone within the cricket community to be bringing cricket back to the UAE, to be bringing women's cricket especially back to the UAE, and it's a great example and a great opportunity to show just how far the women's game has come in the last few years. And we're again very privileged to have partners in this journey, not just in putting up a good show, but the UAE cricket team as well. Men's team, of course, their success and their exploits, but the women's team were very close to getting to this tournament, pushing Sri Lanka in the semi-finals and the quarterfinals. So it's a very strong base upon which we will hope to take the T20 World Cup for women even higher. I sincerely look forward to the rest of the tournament. Starting off here at Sharjah in about a month's time, someone will be holding that trophy aloft. 10 of the best teams in the world, the best women's cricketers in the world will be showing off their skills, and I have absolutely no doubt that it's going to be a fantastic tournament, a well-attended tournament, a well-supported tournament, and most of all, a step further in.
Of course, I'd like to welcome all the guests coming from different parts of the world to come and explore Sharjah and see the beauty of this place. Especially in October, the weather is very suitable for such sports, outdoor sports, and cricket is one of the strongest sports with the highest viewership around the world. The first question I get, aren't you having another match between like India and Pakistan, these strong matches, what we have here? So I'm sure now with the addition of the women's edition, we're going to see a lot of interest and a lot of people coming from different parts of the world to see and to follow this amazing sport, cricket. And with the new formats that we have, I remember a long time ago, I'm not really into cricket, but I know at least some information Before it used to take 5 days, I think, to watch one cricket match. And then I came to know there was a shorter version, which is like 5 hours or 3 hours. And now there is an express version, which is like an hour and a half from what Khalaf was telling me. And I think with the very quick and very fast pace in the world, we need to have such formats, around here in such a sport that has international audience. I'd like to welcome everyone once again. Looking forward to this fantastic tournament in Sharjah. I think we have 11 matches here that are going to be played in Sharjah Cricket Stadium, and we wish them all the best. Whoever plays here, it's a sport. We wish everyone all the best, inshallah, in Sharjah, and congratulations to my friends, to Mr. Walid and Mr. Khalaf, and to His Excellency Isa as well from the Sports Council for this value-added sport and tournament in Sharjah. And my special thanks to Mr. Abdurrahman Bukhatar, the founder of cricket in this part of the world, and the passionate person who's really the leader of cricket here in Sharjah, and he spread it already across many different countries in the region. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
It's a symbol of progress, a symbol of unity, and an unstoppable force which is equated to womanhood. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Let's make history or win. Let's make our story together.
As a Guinness Book of Worlds and record books, and how do you feel from the tourism point of view?
Of course, this is a very important and valuable, achievement for Sharjah and for the region. Actually, being crowned as the world champion and or the highest number of matches that we had here in Sharjah, 299,
Yes.
is a Guinness World Record. And this is something that we always also promote, because we promote the sport through these achievements. You cannot just say, come and watch cricket in this city, or look at the achievements, look at the numbers, look at the history, look at the infrastructure, look at everything what's built around the cricket stadium. The hotels that we have in Sharjah, the airports in the Emirates, which is easy connectivity, and so on. The UAE is a hub, actually, of connecting the east to the west, and it's been like that for many years, even not many years, but many centuries, actually, because trade between countries like India and our part of the world has been there for more than 500 years. If you look at the east coast of the country, like Port Horfakkan in Sharjah, the east coast. So we connect always the cultures, we connect the people. We have cultural exchange, knowledge exchange. So you can imagine how people know the city by a sport. Sport like cricket. Look at the strength of this sport. Many people know the city because of the sport. So see how effective it is. So we are always promoting this, and we are always partners also with Mr. Khalaf and Mr. Walid Bukhatar and the Sports Council. We are always partners to promote, and we have a common goal to achieve.
Can this place be considered as a heritage venue? Because as is it has created history.
See, you look at it as a historical, of course, venue because of the more than 4 decades of matches and tournaments, and so this is by itself proves that it is historic, but we can saying it's like a heritage is a different thing. But historic, yes, legendary, yes, but historic heritage is a completely maybe different. Yeah.
From the tourism point of view, from these moments, great moments.
Yes.
Will it be encapsulated into a kind of
yes,
reference,
and
reference
of
kind
course,
of
yes, and being hosting the first women's tournament here in Sharjah is something really big, because you see many people from around the world look at also the women and their achievements, and they are waiting to see this tournament, how it's going to end up in through these different matches and tournaments that they're going to have. So of course it has a very big value for us, and it's on our agenda, and whenever we promote in different countries, we have our offices that promote Sharjah the whole year round. Definitely this is one of the things that we will mention. Like many other things that we achieved also in Sharjah, we are always proud of it, and we always mention it because it gives a lot of value. It means a lot when you say I hosted, or I had 299 tournaments here or matches in Sharjah. This is a benchmark. When you tell anyone this, they can immediately imagine the whole ecosystem, not only the cricket.
Witness any matches?
I came here, I watched a few, but the T20, I think, the 3-hour matches, but I didn't witness that very, like India, Pakistan, I didn't witness.
So there is a history of Pakistan-India matches in Sharjah.
I heard about them.
Yeah, so you are ready to organize these type of matches?
I don't organize. Mr. Walid and the team, they organize, and Mr. Masaraha.
Ask them, or you
No, they decide, right? But they hosted the highest number, 43 India-Pakistan matches. Who hosted 43 in the world? Nobody, right?
Yeah, correct.
And this is the most difficult one, and the most expensive also, and crowded and difficult to manage. So they hosted 43. That is not, of course, and this is a big achievement. Huh? So I'm sure they're still planning to host more of these games, because India and Pakistan, people wait for it from all around the world. Not only Indians and Pakistanis, but everyone in the world. They want to watch these kinds of matches. Very strong. Yeah, very strong match. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, obviously it is a challenge that the entire organization and the entire cricket community has taken up. We have to acknowledge the Bangladesh Cricket Board as the hosts of this tournament, and our friends, the Emirates Cricket Board, who have really stepped in and shown that they can conduct high quality, world-class cricket tournaments, whether that's men's or women's, at short notice. So I think the ICC is in a very privileged position to have partners such as these who can overcome even these challenges.
A venue like this, which has created history, how will it be for the women to play in a venue which has highest number of many records?
Absolutely, it's going to be a fantastic experience for some of the best cricketers in the world to play here, and they haven't played a lot of international women's cricket here. So for many of them, it will be their first time stepping onto a venue like the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, where there is so much history. Many of them will have grown up watching matches that are played here, and for them it will, I can imagine, and you can ask them when they are here, it will probably be a dream come true. And the stadium will be making a little bit of history as the first to really host the beginning of the tournament that has prize money parity, making cricket the first team sport to offer prize money parity in the world. So the women who start here will definitely be making history.
You have been a player yourself, and you have played for India. Is there any dream unfulfilled that you realize, that you think of today?
Absolutely not. I feel like extremely lucky to have played the cricket I did, to have won the Blues for India, and I feel extremely lucky now to be working in cricket and hoping to improve the game for the next generation with the ICC. There's absolutely no regrets. It's just a privilege to be involved.
And how is the reaction of the women cricketers about this harsh weather and something? Definitely they are prepared for sports.
I think as professional athletes, every one of us has put up with difficult weather conditions. It's a part of the job. We play outdoor sports, we play a summer sport. This is something that all cricketers are going to be prepared for. We have strategy, I mean, they will have strategies to deal with it, and I'm sure that there's not going to be any concerns. The teams will be well prepared.
Looking into the teams right now, the 10 teams which are playing, who do you think that is the favorite of yours, top 4?
So as the ICC, I'm not going to pick a favorite, but we're looking at history. Australia are obviously the most successful side in the history of this tournament, and they will definitely come in as the team to beat. But there's been so many countries in the past few years who have come close to winning world titles, whether that's England, whether that's India, South Africa were in the finals of the last T20 World Cup. So from what history tells us, there are a number of tournaments, a number of teams who are likely to spring a few surprises in this tournament.
Thank you very much. Thank you.